Good afternoon. Welcome to the May 13th update from St. Bernard Parish Government. I am Council Chairwoman Kerri Callais, bringing you this update today. As we always do, I would like to start our update with a prayer. At this time, we would like to ask for the protection of those in our community who are at risk from the virus. We would like to pray for the families who have lost a loved one during this time. And we would like to ask that God give our leaders the knowledge and the courage to make the best decisions possible for all our health and well-being as we get through this situation in our community and across the country. In Jesus' name, amen. We continue to be encouraged by the flattening of cases in St. Bernard Parish and for our hospital's ability to handle the capacity that it's currently dealing with. As we enter into the phase 1 of the opening process on Friday, I know there are citizens across our parish who have varying degrees of both excitement and worry about how this process is going to work and what it's going to mean for our community here in St. Bernard. For me, the message is a simple one. As we started this process, the stay-at-home order was given in order to flatten the curve of the COVID-19 spread. The concern was that we would have a spike in cases and our hospitals would be overwhelmed. Watching our numbers over the past few weeks, as well as through communications with our hospital, we feel safe that we are ready to loosen some of these restrictions here in St. Bernard Parish. We're asking on Friday, as the stay-at-home order is lifted and some of the restrictions are loosened, allowing some of our businesses to open, maybe not at full capacity, but at the 25% recommended by our governor, that we have your full cooperation to do this as safely and quickly as possible. We're asking that our businesses do all that they can to follow the guidelines and to keep their customers safe like we know they will. These businesses will be allowed to open at 25% of their capacity, but it's still important that as we go through this process, that we can continue to move forward by practicing the guidelines that have been put in place over the last few months. Please make sure to continue to practice social distancing, to continue to wash your hands, to wear a face mask when you're going to be in a group of people. These are all great guidelines that are set forth by the CDC and by our governor in order to let us continue down this path of reopening. We all know how important it is to our businesses here in St. Bernard and across our country to get back to work. The economic impact of this has been great, and it's going to continue to get greater as we go through and as our businesses struggle through this. The main message I want to get across today is our businesses here in St. Bernard are going to need us now more than ever. Our restaurants and businesses that are allowed to open at 25% capacity are going to struggle getting the revenue that they need to stay in business during this time, but they're opening for our community. They're coming back because they're ready to be back in business and to be back in St. Bernard's economy. They need us to support them now more than ever. So we're asking that you do that in a safe and responsible manner so that we can continue to open St. Bernard and get back to the life we know and love here in St. Bernard Parish. We also want to make sure that as we get into next week and our shrimping season opens, that we send best wishes and good luck to all our shrimpers and fishermen. I know that a lot of you have been taking advantage of this different time here and this beautiful weather by getting down and being able to enjoy our fishing here in St. Bernard. Make sure you're calling up our charter captains. They're suffering through this economic decline too. And get out on the water and enjoy what we have to offer here in St. Bernard during this little bit of a different time. So I hope you all are doing that, and best of luck to our shrimpers as our season opens next week. I also have a couple of announcements. Starting next week, we will have some change in our public meetings here in St. Bernard. Our regularly scheduled council meeting will be next Tuesday at 3 p.m. We are going to open this meeting to the public. In accordance with the guidelines set forth by the governor and the 25% occupancy by the fire marshal, we are going to allow public to attend this meeting. It will be at the 25% occupancy level, and all of the recommendations set forth for distancing and protection will be in place. So if you would like to attend the council meeting in person, that will be possible next Tuesday. That will apply to all public meetings here in St. Bernard Parish. Because we know that the limitations on occupancy and the consideration for those that are at high risk and are still under the stay-at-home recommendations set by the governor, we are still going to allow the means of public comment that we have allowed in the past. You can send an email to council@sbpg.net with an agenda item you would like to comment on, your full name and address, and any written comment that you may have, and this comment will be read into the record at the meeting date. That can be done at any time prior to the meeting. You can also call 504-278-4238 on Monday or Tuesday before the meeting during regular business hours and give your comment to the council deputy clerk at that time. That comment will also be read into the record at the meeting. As always, you can watch the public meeting live on Cox Channel 76, or it's streamed at St. Bernard Television live stream on sbpg.net. So we ask you to use these options, and as always, we always welcome your opinions and thoughts on any item on our agenda. You can also contact any councilman if you have any comment you would like to give for an item on our next agenda. That agenda will be posted, as always, on Friday this week. A quick update on Paris Road. I know that a lot of you have been seeing the progress that is happening on Paris Road as we resurface that street. I know it's been an inconvenience, and it will continue to be an inconvenience for a lot of people traveling on that road. We got an update this morning that they're expecting to be done the asphalt work by the end of June. So we have another 6 weeks or so of dealing with that. So we appreciate your patience, and I know a lot of people have been going around or trying to take different routes to avoid that area. It's looking great, and I'm very excited about the new road that we will have once that is finished. But we do appreciate everyone's patience as we go through those growing pains of getting that redone. I want to thank Councilman Lewis and Councilman Morian for their continued attention to that matter and being in constant contact with our Capital Improvements Department and the state as we finish that project up. I think that's all we have for you today. I want everybody to remember, as we enter into this new phase on Friday, to continue to practice personal responsibility and to help us continue down this path of improvement. I want to leave you with a short note to remember that as we enter into this phase on Friday, to continue to practice personal responsibility and to help us continue down this path of improvement. To assist in that process, please join me in watching this video put together by our team here at St. Bernard Parish Government on COVID-19 best business practices. Thank you, and God bless.
Since COVID-19 was declared an emergency back in March, we've been working real closely with the state and the government and also our local officials to ensure that our local businesses are abiding by the guidelines related to social distancing, sanitizing, and the wearing of PPEs. As you can see, I'm here at Home Depot, and they're a great example of an essential business doing the right things. From a corporate level, initially they started some things, and they just kind of ramped it up over the weeks that we've been going through this. They're sanitizing buggies. They have hand wipes available when you walk in. They have hand sanitizer. The employees are wearing masks inside the store. And just been overall, the social distancing, they have the markings as far as keeping people separated at the checkouts. So overall, the management here at the Home Depot has been a prime example of what we need to have done.
A few things we're doing. First, we are counting and limiting the amount of people that come in the building. The limit was set at 100 people. It just increased to 200 people. But we do have counters at the door, making sure we count the people coming in the building, count the people going out the building. We are limiting access. You have to enter through one entrance only. You have to exit through 2 entrances. We have closed the garden center cash register area and gate to limit the amount of exits and entranceways through the building. We've put labels on the floor for 6 feet. We've had to set up lines for the paint desk in areas that have been busy to ensure that people kind of stay out of the main racetrack and enable us to maintain the social distancing. We've supplied masks to all of our associates, hand sanitizer to all of the associates. We're enforcing social distancing guidelines throughout our associates in the store and the customers that are coming in. The company provided plexiglass shields for all of the mainline registers, the service desk and whatnot. There's labels on the floor telling people where to stand. We take our employees' temperatures every morning. We provided thermometers to all of our employees to take temperatures before coming to work. So they've been really good about doing that. We wipe down all of our equipment every day, several times a day on the front end along the register areas. We sanitize all the buggies and everything every day. So I think that's helped contribute to cutting down or keeping down some of the spread.
Safety is top priority here. We are all wearing gloves, masks. Every 10 to 15 minutes, we're wiping things down with sanitizer to keep everything that's been touched by customers, door frames, door handles, and we have signs hung up you can see in the back saying, please don't touch, that the staff will get whatever's needed. Just request and you'll get it. We have the floor taped off where there's a 6-foot distance between customers, so they stand in line, they're 6 foot apart. Actually, when it gets we could put 8 people inside the restaurant comfortable at that distance, and if it exceeds that, we have a staff at the door to man the door, and we have outside the lines also to keep people a safe distance of 6 foot apart. And we also trying to limit 1 person per family or group to enter the establishment.
Recently, with the relaxed requirements as far as restaurants, they've been really good about the distancing and the table separations and using the PPEs. So overall, it's been good. The businesses are cooperating. The public is doing their part. We've been pro-business and just trying to work with our businesses and try to get as many open as we can, but at the same time do it within the confines of the requirements set forth by the federal, state, and local levels.